Hey guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of Conflicts. Today we're here once again with Arcade1Up, looking at what exactly entitles in the future. I have my good buddy David, the director of marketing at Arcade1Up, with me here today. Hey David.
Hey Con, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. So, as you know, a lot of the fans want to know more about Arcade1Up and what's going on in the future with the company. So you guys did release a lot of new products literally in this last couple of days. Can you kind of brief a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we were pretty busy over the last couple of days. It's been down to the wire in terms of whether or not we could announce some of these things just to get approvals. But yeah, we rolled out with about 5, 6 titles, and I'd love to take you through them.
Sure.
We started off with the Legacy line, which is essentially a line dedicated to the authentic, original titles back in the day. So we did one for Atari, did one for Capcom, and did one for Namco. And what's unique about these machines is that the design, the physical shape, the form, the artwork, it's all true to the original. So if you look at Atari, the Tempest theme, it looks just like the Tempest did back in the day, the original cabinet that is. Each machine features 12 games. When we had originally launched our Atari 12-in-1 and then discontinued it, it became like extremely sought after. Our community went nuts. It became like a resale, like hot topic for the kind of black market, if you will. And it was really one of those titles that people said, hey, like if you can do it for Atari, why don't you do it for the rest of them? So that's actually what created and led to the birth of the Legacy line.
Yeah, no, definitely. I noticed that there's a new model, like the shape of the cabinets are a lot more different. They're more refined. Obviously, as we've kind of been reviewing your Arcade1Up cabinets, they keep getting better and better. The quality is just like top notch. Now, with the Legacy brand, I mean, are we going to be seeing more brands coming in the future or more products in the future with that?
Definitely. Yeah, we have one more that we were actually hoping to announce at CES, but we're still going back and forth on what the final game list will be. So we have one more Legacy line up our sleeve, one more
Cool.
title that is for this year, and we're going to continue to roll out different variations depending on how well these do. A lot of our fans have just been saying, if you can do it for these three, why not others? And we hear you guys loud and clear, and we definitely want to make that happen.
That's awesome. So, kind of backpedaling about the company, there's almost like an evolution going on right now. We're seeing that the company's constantly changing. We're kind of seeing like new brands, new partnerships. Can you kind of shine more light on that?
Yeah, so for ourselves in particular, I'll use Killer Instinct as an example.
Sure.
So Killer Instinct was one of the titles we launched at CES. 3 games, it has live features, really, really nice machine. But it was our first collaboration with Microsoft. So in October of 2018, when we launched at retail, we only had about 3 to 4 different license partners. It was kind of tough. And now we have 9 out of the top 10 retro game publishers, 95 or 96 out of the top 100 retro games under our belt. So for us, it was really just get our foot in the door, prove that there's a business model to support these things, and then expand the offering from there. So as I mentioned, Killer Instinct was a collaboration with Microsoft, which is a huge deal for us and opens the door for not just retro games, but for other stuff. And just as an example, we of course are also expanding our offering outside of just retro games as well. So right before CES, we launched a Kickstarter campaign. I know you're a big fan of crowdfunding.
Yeah.
So for a product called the Infinity Game Table, which is essentially just a digital board game experience. And if for that particular project, we partnered with Hasbro, we partnered with Asmodee, 2 of the top physical and digital board game publishers. So for us, what started with 3 to 4 partners is now almost 24, and we continue to expand those numbers.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, and I also noticed that a lot of the cabinets are kind of evolving themselves. I mean, the Outrun cabinet, you got a hunting game going on. It's just like everything you guys are going at, which is absolutely phenomenal. Will we be able to see more different kind of products like that in the future?
Yeah, for sure. I think it started with the flight yoke for Star Wars.
Okay.
That was like our first non-joystick button configuration that I can recall. And then we expanded into the driving and the light gun technology. So as you mentioned, we have Outrun, we have Big Buck Hunter now. Between the flight yoke for Star Wars, there's just a whole bunch of different form factors that we're offering. And quite honestly, for us, it does take a long time to develop these things and get them right. But when we do, it pays off tenfold because then you can recycle all that R&D into different titles.
That's cool. And then, one thing that I did notice on the new cabinets is a coin slot. Can you kind of shine a little bit more light on that? I mean, that's quite interesting to see.
Definitely. Yeah, we spend a lot of time in our fan communities, as I'm sure we see you
Yeah.
there, so we know you're there as well. And a lot of our fans are modding our machines to have either functioning or just aesthetic coin doors. So even though our current offering, they're either sticker decals or plastic non-functioning coin slots, we realize that our fans want them and wanted to make that happen. So we can't offer fully functioning coin slots at the moment, but it's definitely on our radar, and we want to make sure these things are as true to the originals as possible.
That's pretty cool. So, just like out of curiosity, do you see Arcade1Up kind of expanding beyond just the typical arcade cabinets? Are we going to be looking at more like, like the Atari Pong? I noticed that you guys announced something about that, or something more like skee ball. Do you guys have anything like plans for that in the future?
Definitely. Yeah, Pong Pub Table was a whole new category for us. It's essentially like an Atari Classic, 8 different games, but it's a stand-up, almost like pub bar themed style table. So a whole new category for us. We realize that we see it in our fan page all the time. We have people who have like 10 to 15 cabinets. Their game rooms are full. So how do we
Right.
expand outside of game rooms and not just out of retro categories as well? So that's what actually led to the idea of the Pong Pub Table. It's now a piece of functional furniture which can live outside of your game room and start to add real estate into, say, your kitchen, your living room, your dining room, what have you. So that was actually the idea behind the Pong Pub Table, as well as actually the Infinity Game Table. So now you're starting to get functional furniture that's a lot more versatile, that doesn't necessarily need to live in your game room.
All right, well, there you guys have it. Thank you, David, for coming on and wanted to learn more about it. Be sure to check out the link down below about Arcade1Up. And yeah, thank you once again for your time. And I'm sure our fans are really excited to see what the future holds. All right, and with that being said, we'll see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Ciao, guys.